Designer notes, Subject 90. Like most of the things in our lives, the Olympics was postponed last year. It will resume though in less than 100 days, and Omega didn't miss a beat and finally completed its set of Tokyo Olympics 2020 collection with the release of the new Seamaster Diver 300M. Like, comment, and subscribe for content you'd like to see next. Follow us at Instagram at DesignAtelierAruba for behind-the-scenes content. Email us at designatelierviewer@gmail.com. The new Omega Seamaster 300M Tokyo 2020 edition is a tribute to the delayed but apparently still happening event. This has the same dimensions as the current 300M Diver, and the case diameter is 42mm and lug-to-lug of 47.3mm. No change there. The materials used are also identical with the steel case and bracelet, along with the sapphire crystal and ceramic bezel and dial. The usual 300M features are all here too. 300 meters of water resistance, unidirectional bezel, helium escape valve, and a comfortable 5-link bracelet. Many of the features in this new model is a reconfiguration of existing models. The dial is a polished white dial similar to that found in the 04001. Then there's the 06001, which bears many of the components for the Tokyo Diver. The accents on the hour markers, hands, and bezel insert are all reminiscent from these blue parts. Omega did not say if it's the same hue of blue, however. There are some new elements readily visible in this model. The Omega prints on the dial are tastefully done in blue, matching the rest of the blue of the watch. The Seamaster is done in red, which puts a much needed visual diversity to the dial. It's subtle and effective. This is also a very nice rendition that references the blue colors of the Tokyo Olympic logo. This same logo is printed cleanly on the sapphire crystal of the display case back. Overall, the presentation of this Seamaster is understated and special only for those who actually know and follow Omega's affairs. This diver is packaged in a commemorative box that many enthusiasts could care less about. However, Omega throws it in anyway. Inside the diver is also the caliber 8800. It's automatic, anti-magnetic, has 55 hours of power reserve, well decorated with Geneva waves, and it's also COSC and META certified. This whole review so far sounded very familiar. If you thought so too, we are both right, because I actually made an almost identical video just a few weeks back. In a stroke of pure, unadulterated, lazy effort, here is a comparison against the Omega Seamaster Beijing 2022. The thing I noticed immediately is how the Tokyo 2020 is many levels more subtle than the Beijing 2022. The latter is subtle on its own until you actually notice the multicolored index accents. Once you see it, it's always there whenever you look at the dial. It becomes the focus of the watch. Not that it's bad, but it definitely loses its sense of subtlety. The new Seamaster wears its tributes under your sleeve at the back of the watch. This retains the display case back with the printed Tokyo Olympics logo. This also preserves the ability to view the beautifully decorated movement while showing the large and colorful logo of the event. This was what I sorely missed on the case back of the Beijing 2022, although that medallion relief is quite nice to see. Another definite plus with the dominantly white and blue color palette is that it pairs well with Omega's own selection of straps and NATOs. This would have been hard to accomplish with the Beijing model since those multicolored index accents demand too much attention. That's how the Tokyo 2020 Seamaster compares to the Beijing 2022. two similar spec models with contrasting impressions. Now, how does it stack up against the rest of the Tokyo 2020 collection by Omega? Let's begin with the Aqua Terra limited edition. It's not really Omega anymore if they didn't release a new limited edition every other day, it seems. This particular Aqua Terra does pack an interesting first. The Aqua Terra is part of the Seamaster family that Omega promotes as the Land and Water Watch. This measures at 41mm in diameter with a 20mm lug width. This has a 150-meter water resistance that's about half of the Seamaster Diver. It features a sapphire crystal display case and also bears the Tokyo 2020 Olympics logo. Behind this glass is a dual-barreled 8900 caliber movement that lasts for 60 hours on a full wind and is COSC and META certified as well. The dial uses a ceramic material that's laser engraved with the Tokyo Olympic pattern. Worth noting that this is the first time that the Aqua Terra will have a ceramic dial that is now a staple of the Seamaster Diver 300 line. The package will come with both a steel and rubber bracelet, making this a very versatile watch ready for rugged or dressy occasions. This version is limited to just 2,020 pieces and retails at $6,300. The last model of the Tokyo 2020 is also a limited edition Seamaster, but this one is the Planet Ocean model. This white Planet Ocean is smaller, coming in at 39.5mm in diameter with the less popular 19mm lug width. This one has double the diver's water resistance that sits at 600 meters. This all-white Planet Ocean is an exhibition of Omega's ability to manufacture. It uses polished ceramics on the dial and bezel insert. The bezel scale is achieved using liquid metal technology. Amongst the all-encompassing white tone of this piece is a dab of red at the center second's hand that represents the flag of Japan. Another hint of this is the red 20 for the year 2020 on the bezel that's filled with red ceramic no less. This version is packaged with both a leather and NATO strap and retails at $7,450. Of the three-piece collection, the Seamaster Diver 300M is the cheapest and arguably the more desirable piece. It's amazing how a simple color swap on an existing model can do so much to elevate the whole watch. The price is also very close to the original Great White, costing a mere $5,600, which is just $400 more expensive. Compared to the Beijing, which retails at $6,100, it makes you want to think why Omega even made the Beijing tribute in the first place. Subjectively, having a more rare bezel, dial, and caseback could increase the price of a timepiece amplified by the limited production. Omega could justify the larger gap in price for those reasons. This latest Seamaster is not tagged with limited, unlike the others in the collection. The irony of it all is that because it's not limited, it makes me want it even more. And this almost replaced the top Seamaster in my list, the Seamaster Diver 300M with the silver dial and blue accents. Nevertheless, like the Olympics last year, I must postpone my desire to acquire this piece. Because knowing Omega's track record, they might be releasing another interesting Seamaster Diver 300M just a few weeks from now. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was true.